It's the latest with Maya.
Yeah,
It's the latest with Maya.
okay.
Who's she gonna talk to now? What's she gonna ask about?
Hi, Tomer and Doron. Tomer Almagor is the producer and writer of the upcoming movie Staye Forte, and Doron Eran is the director. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to be talking with you.
Yeah. Hi.
We all
Um, so what do you hope audiences will take away from Forte? I'm sorry, I always mess up the the spelling of that always messes me up. So I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly.
the name of the movie is Stay Forte.
Okay,
Stay Forte. All
okay.
right.
Thank you.
All right. Tomer, would you like to start?
Okay, sure. Um, well, there's a few takeaways from the film. I would say. First of all, the obvious thing we think of this film as as an anti-war film, which means everyone loses in war. And so uh, by the end of this film, with whole the entire journey that the audience takes with these three guys that were captured underground for several months, and eventually ended up in a tragic incident. We really feel that impact, especially, it's a real story. This happened as part of the horrible events of October 7 and beyond. And so that's one takeaway. It's also important to us, as Jews and part of the world Jewish community, to say never again, and also to reiterate that this actually happened, because unfortunately, as early as October 8th, there were so many early voices already that are saying, no, this was fabricated, it wasn't a real thing. um the Israelis or the Jews created it, orchestrated it, that it was their plan, maybe a Shabak, all these conspiracy theories. So, by creating this film, putting it together based on a real witness, Vichian Tamtong, the Thai guy that survived. There were four. We say this has happened. This was a real thing. There were plenty other people there, and all of these stories are true, and never again. So these are two takeaways that I like to think of. I think Doron has other points.
I would like to add to Tomer. This movie I made because of several reasons. The first reason, as Thomas said, to remember this brutal massacre, that women were raped and approximately 1,300 people were murdered in cold blood, including children, women, and men, among them Holocaust survivors. In addition, around 250 people, including children, women, and old people, were abducted and taken into tunnels beneath Gaza City. So this movie is for all the world to remember this happened in Israel in 2023. And this come after we found a lot of deniers, Holocaust deniers, and now a new deniers for this horrible disaster day for the Israelis and Jews all over the world, I believe. Another reason I made this movie, because I really believe that these three kids, they were the new partisans of the Jewish people. As we remember, the partisans during the Nazis, the Second World War, these guys, they're real partisans. They made it. They made it out of the tunnels. Unfortunately, the IDF killed them. And now I'm coming to add again to what Thomas said, that this movie is an anti-war movie, because no survivors. We killed our own people after they suffered in tunnels. And another reason I made this, I was born in Israel and I grew up in Israel, and I want to announce to everybody, including Israelis, that there were two Jews and one Muslim, Bedouin, and they suffered under the Gaza tunnels because they were Israelis, not because they were Jews. So maybe people will start to believe in Israel that we have to live together here, Muslim and Jews together. And this is one of the fact that this country belongs maybe to the two nations.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. So why was it important to you to tell this story?
Okay, I'll take it. Well, some of the reasons or the takeaways are the reason why it was important to tell that story. But I'm just gonna write what Doron said, and I'll add in Christians. Because on that day, October 7th, Christians were killed as well. They were partying at the rave party, for example, and that's where they abducted or killed by Hamas. Um, I think I think at this day and age, I mean, and it started, probably 15 years ago or so with ISIS. I think it was the early 2011, 12 or whatever. I was personally horrified kind of watching that. That to me was like some invisible huge hand took all of us and took us back into the Neanderthal period where we had to survive, and people were kind of looking up and saying, "Oh, somebody told us to kill everyone else." That chaos. I think October 7 is another incident like that. You know, I don't want to say anything against any religion. I accept all religion. I have a lot of religious friends. I'm myself as I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist, but I think when fanaticism, is involved, and I don't know, maybe people hear crazy messages in their heads that they have to kill all the others because they are not believing in God strongly enough, or that's when we lose humanity. So again, I'm writing that last point that Doron mentioned. I think everyone in this world, they should be able to live in peace, and there shouldn't be any groups like that, and then we shouldn't start wars over that, and I'd like to say, I'm against all wars. I'm sure Doron feels the same, but I don't want to steal his answer. you know Nobody wants any wars, but when we have to protect ourselves, we should protect ourselves. We shouldn't be led to slaughter because of some Neanderthal prehistoric ideas. you know So yeah, that to me is probably the yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Doron, do you have anything to? Yeah.
Carry on.
So were there any particularly challenging scenes to film?
That is, I'm gonna go to Doron here.
Yeah, I think there were quite, unfortunately, a lot of scenes challenging. First of all, to be in tunnels, let's say some like 20, maybe 25 meters under the ground, to shoot this film day by day, 12 hours every day. So slowly, you something happened to your body, to your mind. So it was very tough, very hard to shoot this film. And also emotionally, because the families of the hostages were in the shooting. I invited them to the shooting, and to see them and to sit with me, they sit with me and looked for in the monitor. When I directed, it was very hard for them and for me also, and for the actors. I believe that, I don't know, 80% of the Israelis that were in this shooting, something happened to them, and they sort of something like post trauma, get out, and they start dealing with the post trauma that they didn't think about that before. All this energy, and the location, and telling a true story that hurt us as a nation so much. It was very, very tough. So it's not specific scene, and there is another scene. This for me was very hard to direct it also emotionally, because I realized it was a scene that happened in one of the houses in Gaza with the Palestinian, talking about the jihad, the world jihad. The Jews is only the start, but the jihad is all over the world. We must make. I mean, they believe that by the Quran, by God, the Muhammad, everybody must be Muslim, otherwise must be dead. So it's a very small, very short scene, but it's so important to understand what's happening. And I hope that people will see the movie and think. That's what I want them to do, to think.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that are not from Israel, because Israelis, they look at it and cry during all the screening, especially after the end of the movie. But for Gentiles, I want them to see the movie and think. That's what I wanted to do, only think.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, what's the biggest obstacle, either personally or professionally, that you've overcome?
Tomer.
For me, it was the ghosts of the past. Um, I didn't want to be part of this project, as Doron knows. I kind of told him no 3 times. I was telling no to myself. I wasn't telling no to him. We really enjoy working together and making movies together, and we work well together. So that wasn't the issue. The issue was, when I was growing up in Israel, and partially why I left Israel is, the older generations, they were always talking about the Holocaust, and then my parents were all about the wars, and everybody wants to kill us, and everybody wants to exterminate us, and all these things. And I've always refused to accept it because, I'm a young person growing up in a fairly free country. Israel is fun to grow up in and having fun, and I didn't want to think about these things. And then when it started to get real, I'm going to the army, I'm in the army is done. I'm like, I'm leaving this place because this place always has, religious wars and conflicts and stuff like that, and they talk about the Holocaust. I don't want to be reminded by that. So, I travel, I do my thing, I end up in LA. It's a very safe place. If you want to have a great life, you can have a great life. You don't have to think about anything in particular. And then this happened, October 7, and then, Doron tells me, let's do this movie. And I'm like, No, I don't want to get close to this. Even though on October 7 itself, I said in my office, I listened to people begging and pleading on the phone to the radio stations to come help them because nobody was coming. So anyway, eventually, obviously, I said yes, and I joined, and we did it. But all through and through, and even now, even now, I just came back. I did, I went to one of our screenings at the Dallas International Film Festival. Um, Doron unfortunately couldn't make it, but I went there, and I always, and then I have to speak in public because they do a Q&A and they ask you questions, just like this podcast. It's always the hard. I can't really say that I yet feel fully connected, but I do understand all the elders, the never again and because the thing is, and it's not specific for Holocaust or for the Jewish people. It's a human thing. About every 70 years there is a reset in the minds because enough generations are dying and the new generations don't remember history. It's not built in right away. So they forget what happened in the past. In the case of the Jewish people, and the Armenian people and a lot of other, peoples that were persecuted throughout time. It's very important not to forget and to take precautions against it happening again. So, yeah.
I think that I was born in Israel. I grew up in Israel, and I'm still living in Israel. I'm 70 years old. In 2 months, I'll be 71. And I saw this movie as a duty, as an artist, that I must tell this story. I mean, this is the duty of artists, to tell stories. We don't know nothing about Holocaust. We know only from movies and literature and poems. And so I thought that this is my duty to make this movie and to tell the story of these three kids, these three partisans.
Wow. Yeah. So what small things bring you
Yeah?
joy? Sorry, what?
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
I think. Oh, now I see. Now I hear you. Did you
Oh,
hear me
okay.
all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so what small things bring you joy on a daily basis?
Okay. Well, that's cool. Uh, personally, I like daydreaming. I just woke up pretty early this morning and I was thinking about my animals. I have a lot of animals here. We rescue animals. I was feeding my ducks. Uh, Simple things, family, animals, joy, fun, jokes. Uh, Cinema is a very making movies is a very um, it's a lifelong journey and it's not simple. Obviously, I love making movies, but sometimes you just want to really kind of relax and enjoy the super simple things.
Yeah.
Actually, I moved today from reading again a script that we're going to make. I hope in September. Uh, and I moved from reading the script to uh, talk with my daughter, 6 years old daughter, and this is my life. This is the way of life as I see it: making movies and take care of my daughter's family.
Hmm. I love that. Yeah. Um, so who has had the biggest impact on the person you have become?
Me first. Oof. You're going like who has had the biggest impact on the person I've become? Hey, I'm not I'm not sure how to answer this question. Uh, Honestly, I mean, obviously, people that are close to me in my life, you know, family, you know, my wife, my friends. But I think at the end of the day, it's every individual has like the big because I do think not to sound like I think we go through this journey alone. That's at least my journey, okay? On the way, we have really strong relationships with different people and our, again, family and friends and peers and stuff like that. But it's kind of like a self a DIY journey, so my answer would be like, kind of through all my experiences and my relationships and my understandings and my travels and stuff like that. I'm kind of building myself to the person that I've become.
Wow. Yeah.
Actually, I can blame my parents in a good way. My mother was a dreamer. She really dreamed about movies. And to dream in that time about movies from this country, from Israel, she had to be a dreamer because it doesn't fit, you know. She dreamed about Marlon Dietrich, about superstars, but in that from that time. And my father was a very tough man, and he was when he was 17, uh, he went to the north of Israel and created a kibbutz by the name Manara. 8 people created this kibbutz. In this war, the Hezbollah, the Lebanon people, they destroyed the kibbutz totally. So I all the time say that I thanks God my father is in that way not alive to see it or to understand what's happened to this kibbutz, to his dream. So actually my parents, 2 of them were dreamers, and I became a dreamer also. So that's the reason I'm in this, maybe in this profession.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So if you had a warning label, what would yours say?
Warning label. My God. You're making me, you're really making us think in the morning, okay? A warning label. Um, it would say, um, I try to be good, but don't get on my bedside.
I like that one.
Well, I believe I have to think about that because I have a lot of links for that. But do my best to be good. I think this is the way to make my life good life, especially with the people around me, and and try to connect with good people with good energy. I don't have time and patience for people with not that don't have good energy around me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that one too. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have several warning labels. So yeah. Um so what genre of movie would your life story be told as?
Oh my God. Um, what genre? Well, two genres for me. Science fiction and westerns.
I like that.
Actually, I like true stories. I made some movies based on true stories, and I think it's the most powerful movies ever made. So I like very much movies that's telling a true story.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I've always wanted my life story to be both a musical and a rom-com because those are my favorite movies. So my mom always jokes that I live in that world because that's just how my brain is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um so is there someone who without fail always makes you laugh?
Tomer, after I finish, after I finish talking to him, because I don't want him to see me laughing.
Yeah, I would actually say for real on Doron the same, on set. It's funny because this relationship is yeah, it's I've discovered it because we didn't start working right away on sets. We did other things, and it was like a serious process. But then the first time we got together on set to make a movie, all of a sudden I realized, wow, this guy is actually really funny. Maybe he's losing all the steam, like relaxing by just cracking you up. Yeah,
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, laughter is my favorite thing. So,
right on.
yeah.
We all need to laugh more, right? Everything
Yeah.
became so serious
Yeah.
recently.
What, no matter how many times you see it, always takes your breath away?
In terms of movies or anything.
Well, you mean during making movies, or
Anything that, whatever first comes to your mind.
Oh. I like my
first?
dog.
Yeah.
My new, I've never had like I said, we save animals and I've had a lot of animals over the years, but that one dog that came to our lives like about a year and something ago because of the fires in LA, we saved that uh pit bull and she's just something else.
I love that.
Actually,
Yeah.
one moment I had, it was about 4 years ago, that my dog also is a Pekingese. It passed away in my hand after 24 years.
Oh, I'm
So it
sorry.
was very, yeah, it was a big moment. I thought of what's happened to his soul now. I mean, I looked at him, and slowly, slowly, it took about an hour and a half. Slowly, slowly, he left me, and I could see in his eyes what he see, that he see me, and what he feel, and how maybe he thanked me about all this 24 years.
Oh,
And it was a long moment because it was about an hour and a half, but it was really a moment that to remember, and I will actually.
oh.
Wow. Yeah. Um, so, if you had the opportunity to put a message on a billboard for everyone to see, what would it be?
I would go with the 60s. Make love, no war. Keep laughing, keep loving, accept everyone. I'm expending it.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
love that.
there's no colors, no religions, no genders. We're all equal. We all come here for a short while, and we should make the most fun of it.
Yeah, I
Something
love
like that.
that.
Yeah.
I think I will write, uh, and I hope people understand the philosophy behind this. Do your best to enjoy life, because this is the only thing we have. I mean, it's as Tomer said, it's a very short trip. So try to do everything you can to enjoy it. Otherwise, what for?
Yeah. I love both of those. I would love to see both of those billboards. Um, so I just have a one final question for you. Um, so if you had or I'm sorry, I don't know why I was just repeating the last question. My final question for you is, today, what are you most grateful for?
At this moment,
Yeah,
um, I mean, I'm grateful for being alive.
דבר רגע, אתה שומע אותי, תומר?
Yeah,
Do you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
yeah,
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you, and even the video is stuck.
Oh, now we can. Now you're moving.
yeah,
Um, so the question was, what am I most grateful at this moment in time?
yeah,
I love life, and I'm grateful. I'll mention my parents here. Ooh, he's gone.
yeah,
Okay, I'm not sure what's. Oh, there it is.
yeah,
So I love life. I love being around. I'm grateful for the people around me, and I'm grateful for my parents for bringing me. I mean, we don't choose to get into this world, you know. Two people fall in love, or whatever their relationship is. I'm not gonna generalize for everyone, and they bring a kid, and here I am. So yeah, I'm just grateful for to being on this journey, and overall, I'm very optimistic. I've got my pink glasses on. I think we're going to beautiful places. Yes, we have ups and downs on the way. We have terrible things that happen, wars and everything, but I believe in people, and yeah, so I'm just grateful for everything around us.
yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah,
I would like I would like to thank to God or to this big energy that they take care of all of us here. That sent me my two daughters.
Yeah.
So because I really in my age having this relationship with these two daughters, it's a huge thing for me, huge experience for me. So I can take him, I can thank him or her or whatever God is that gave me this experience.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Um, well, thank you both so much for joining me today. I have loved talking with you, and I can't wait to see the movie and for everybody to watch it. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Um, and that's a wrap on today's edition of the latest with Maya.
Latest with my